Okay, so what you're looking at here is Borilla pelton. It's an actual stone fossil. As you can see, it's distinctly a prehistoric creature, otherwise known as the dinosaur. I think that's Latin, I don't know. But so you can see here, it's fully stone, and other than what it was fossilized in, I think its armor would have helped preserve it in this certain way. All these crazy spikes and stuff. So yeah, and the thing I wanted to point out is it's definitely stone, but at the same time it's relative. It's relative to the environment and globe specifically that we find ourselves on, which is a difference between these which is something that looks like something and something that is something. So, and as Diamond stated, Diamond from the Oppenheimer Ranch project, yeah, if you take a cross section, like a cutting, you'll see probably more of a interior organic mechanisms there, bones and other structures. And as far as d.n.a, I think when there's iron involved, I think the iron might help trap the d.n.a. So as far as like finding a giant's d.n.a, yeah, if it's human, other than being contaminated, the sample, if it's human, yeah, if there's some, maybe, who knows, like, because there's nothing else on the thing to reference. I'm a simple dude. Come on, give me a break. Like, there's nothing on the table or on the registry, whatever, they freaking test it for d.n.a. If there's nothing there, like if there's alien d.n.a, it's just nothing's gonna come up. But if there's something human in there or on the board, well, yeah, something's gonna pop up, and yeah, it's not like you can really say it's giant for sure or this or that. But here we do have a stone fossil, and like, I think because it's a very special process, and I think mummification is a technology that reflects this natural process, and perhaps like we've seen in Egypt, statues being exposed, and like one laying down is probably most popular. You can see a rib cage there, and that's very interesting. Like, they may have fossilized themselves in stone, or a way of making stone as well. So what else do I want to cover? Yeah, just the d.n.a factor. Examples like there's a giant sperm preserved for over 70 million years with a little help from bat droppings, of all things. Extinct bats, by the way. So there's certain alchemical processes for mummification, and there's obviously something in the guano discovered inside the tiny shrimp at a fossil site in Australia. So they still had sperm specimens. They say it's the oldest in the world, but this is, I think, a fair while ago they found this. But yeah, the actual specimen is 17 million years. A researcher in New South Wales said sperm specimen is at the River Sleigh World Heritage Fossil Site is the oldest in the world. The giant sperm is longer than the male shrimp's entire body, so the seed's bigger than what it is. But a tightly coiled inside the sexual organ of the fossilized creatures known as ostracods. published in the journal Proceedings with the Royal Society with blah blah blah, researchers collected 1998. Okay, it goes back to. So yeah, there's been examples if you read actual science, what's going on. So like, I don't know, as far as I can see, like, you know, so the things are fairly established, and you can call it fact if you do a little bit of cross-referencing. Mike Archer, blah 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 blah, these are the oldest fossilized sperm. So that's interesting. And it's well preserved too, like I said. Many extraordinary prehistoric Australian animals such as giant toothed platypuses and flesh-eating kangaroos. Yeah, okay, so carnivorous roos, that's interesting. I think they usually just eat leaves and grass and stuff. But they got a lot of interesting stuff. Yeah, perfectly preserved. It says here, perfectly preserved giant. So yeah, check that out on Googs. You go Google. What else? In summary, so yeah, I was just saying, so like, there is technique, I'm sure, for making stone and preserving something. So if the dragon in Morocco is anything other than just an abstract expression emerging in reality or whatever, like that it was brought from somewhere else and preserved here, which could be an interesting direction to follow. But so far I'm going with not a fossil.